Now, Raquel, you may be wondering what it is I am wearing, and to that question I would say, Drinking? I haven't been drinking. Raquel, I would do anything to have you make me a sandwich, because any sandwich made by you would automatically be the greatest sandwich ever made, and so for that reason alone, we're gonna have to meet IRL. I just don't know when. It's a sad truth that you, me and Brian are just gonna have to deal with. Thoughts off the top of my head, now that Secret Linketeers technically don't exist, obviously the original Secret Linketeers do still exist because they were the original Secret Linketeers, but now that the new subscribers aren't Secret Linketeers, do they need a new name? And if so, could we call them Brian? Something I have to say is that all this talk about the music competition thing is all very well and good, but so far I haven't seen anyone in the comments going, "Ooh, hey, I'd be good to enter that. I'd do that." So I don't know whether that's just because there's no one around who would be willing to do it, or whether or not that's because they need some incentives. So I figured that the lowest sort of form of incentive we could give would be if the winning theme song became our theme song. But also I reckon we could throw in a TwoNerdsinaBoat t-shirt. You know, no one's actually bought one yet, so they'd be the only person to have one. And they're pretty incredibly stylish, so what's not to like? But yeah, first off we do need comments kind of saying if people would be willing to enter. Otherwise, this whole thing will just get dragged on forever and ever and ever, and we'll never, ever, ever have a theme song apart from the one we've already got. That's technically not a song. On the subject of t-shirts, if you follow my Tumblr Will Is Pretentious, there's a link below, then you'll know that today I went out and bought one of these big art book things, and it's pretty cool. I'm liking it so far, and basically the thing that I've used it for thus far, that's what I said, it's for drafting out new Will's Odyssey t-shirt design ideas, which I'll probably work harder on this weekend because I'm going to visit my sister. Pappy is going to be standing in for me this Saturday, just so you know. I've already told you on Skype, but just so everyone else knows, I won't be here on Saturday. Pappy will be. Pappy's wonderful. So yeah, you've got the Every Silver Panda or something, nothing out of the ordinary, goose. Yeah, it's a light up goose, not a duck. There's David the Leviathan. I reckon that one might be quite popular. The mandatory cake, Are You Ready to Comply? That's one of my personal favourites. And that one, which is just pure text, which is active, involuntary, non-age specific euthanasia. It's murder. And this one, I tried to do sort of two like more realistic versions of the picture, but I can't draw myself properly in certain styles. So I ended up drawing a stick man for the man with the iron hat. So I don't know if that one would work, but if people could let me know which ones of those would be preferable, then I'll know if people actually would buy them, because I know that some people have bought the Respawn hat t-shirt, so that's gone quite nicely. And I'm going to stop talking about Will's Odyssey now because it's quite rude. Raquel, you might notice that I'm back in Wantage. I've been here for a few days, but obviously haven't had the chance to make a video yet. Last night the Wantage Hall catering facilities reopened because they weren't open last term, they were being renovated, but now they've reopened, and so we can eat in that grand hall thing which you saw in my video where I made where I was back here, well I was still here, when I started being, it's late, okay? So yeah, I now basically eat in the grand hall of Hogwarts, and this morning, and tomorrow morning, and all the subsequent mornings, I will be eating and have eaten breakfast in my pyjamas, because my corridor is the only corridor which doesn't have to go outside to get to the breakfast hall, so I can go there in my slippers if I really want to. But, and this is a wonderful segue, I will not, for at least a few weeks, be going to breakfast in this. Yes, I'm finally going to tell you what the hell it is I'm wearing, although I've already told you, Raquel, on Skype. This thing is called a musuk bag, and basically it's a sleeping bag with arms and legs. It's amazing. Ta-da! Wobbly chair, get down. Right, okay, right, we're safe. And yeah, basically, it's the most awesome thing ever created by man. This is a thing, this was a thing, and you are welcome. I'll see you on Thursday.